Traders, what's up? What's up? Another day in paradise. Jarvis is in the building. What's going on, man? Ames Bond, what's up? What's up? Hope you guys are feeling good, doing well. Another beautiful day. We got Tom in the building, Don Juan, Ryan. How are you guys doing on this beautiful Tuesday morning? El Pastor is here and ready. Although, I don't know, man. I woke up with some crazy back pain. Maybe today is a day to go see the chiropractor. Loosen up a little bit. So, as usual, Armin and so forth, as you guys are tuning in, Stock Don, check out the disclaimer. Is there an R? Okay, there is an R. Yeah, check out the disclaimer on screen, which says that day trading is risky business, right? Day trading is risky. Do not trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. Keep in mind that most traders are having a hard time and are losing. So take it slow. Utilize cash accounts with small share size, 1 share, 10 share, 5 shares. Utilize the simulators that are out there. Honestly, I don't even know if there's any good simulators left. But cash accounts, small cash accounts with small share size can definitely be the way. Remember that my results are not the typical results. All right. And lastly, actually 2 more things. Copy trading does not work here on this channel. Copy trading does not work. And then lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. So that means to be careful with fake accounts. I will never message you first. I will never message you and start a conversation talking and then trying to say, hey, I can invest money for you in any way, shape, or form. I do not do that. So be careful. Fake accounts, I will never message you first. If there's a Relentless Trader account that's talking to you, it's it's a fake account. It's just a fake account right away. Especially if that account started the conversation. I don't do that. So, Pastor was the... Man, this lighting looking crazy today, man. Let me see something. Pastor, what's the watch list? Oh, no. It's just my webcam sucks. Pastor, what's the watch list looking like today? Enough of the webcam, right? You guys are not here to see me. You guys are here to see the charts. You know, back in the days, this is how the live stream actually used to get done, like this. With no RT at all. Just the voice. Right? So, what's the watch list today? Okay, let's see. There's top 4. I have like 10 stocks, but I'm gonna only post 4 because these are the 4 that I think will stand a good chance here. There's CMRX. There's CPIX. There's QURE. And lastly, BNZI. Those are my top 4. Those are my top 4. By the way, I didn't shout out the live stream. G having trouble? Message me after the live stream. Message me after today's live stream. Someone's having trouble with the Momo Pro scanner. I'll help them out. Okay, I'm gonna post to the YouTube stream, which I forgot to do, and we should be good to go here. All right, let's get down to business. So I'll start off here with CMRX, and then I'll make my way. CMRX. Currently up 167%. And by the way, how's my volume? Up 167%. Why is my volume so high? Hold up. the people's ears are going to be bleeding here. Check, 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 check. It's a little lower, but shouldn't be as crazy. Why was it up there? Yeah, okay. So CMRX, I like how this one is looking, right? A lot of the move came in after hour yesterday, right after the close. I'm guessing breaking news. We had a nice strong trend up, and we weren't really able to make much progress. Today in pre-market, we started off by selling off a bit, and we've now recovered. And so can we and do we have what it takes to break this double top, essentially yesterday's high, right? And the reason I like this is because it's not like the other stocks where you show up and it's already up at $10, $5, and it's like, can we, like, what's the odds of the stock still going higher? This one is of course still at risk of that, but I would say it's not super extended, considering what we've seen before and what it could do. So maybe there's like a 50-50 chance this thing can maybe go, right? Rather than just like a 5% chance. So CMRX. Okay, daily chart. How are we doing? Right now we are like holding up above the VWAP, so that's good. I'm gonna check it on E-Trade. Yeah, I still use E-Trade Pro. I like when it comes to like the daily chart and daily chart analysis. Perhaps room to 290, and then there's a gap to 388. So on the daily chart, I'm going to put 390. By the way, am I even in the chat room? I'm big slacking here. I knew there was something I was forgetting. And there we go. There we go. There it is. Okay, so yeah, CMRX up at 290 and then 388. There's a candle that came down for the low of the gap at 334. Well, it's a quick bottoming wick and back up. So CMRX, we'll see how this one does. Moving on to CPIX. CPIX. Okay, CPIX up 133%, 55 million shares of volume. Currently around 293. Our pre-market high though was 325. Low of the pullback, 284. Daily chart, CPIX. By the way, don't forget to start up your screen recording. Especially for those of you who are in the Merciless Markets class and in the chat room hanging out. The screen recording of yourself is one of the fastest way you can learn and see your own mistakes. Okay. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow. Well, I just deleted my daily chart by accident on E-Trade. Not good. Hit the X button trying to enlarge it. My brain is not working. Charts. How do we get another daily chart? Chart. Daily. Link. What's the link? Link 1. One year today. 1 year. Okay, I think this works. CPIX. Okay, going back across here. So over this level where we're at right now, around $3. Let's see. Not seeing anything. I mean, there's a couple of candlesticks that are like, pushed up a little bit, but the volume is so light. We did have a cluster though around November going all the way back to 2021. High points there are like 550 and then 750 area. So I might just take this one in small increments of just 10, let's say 25 and 50 cents. 25 and 50 cents. CPIX. And then lastly on the list, actually there's two more. QURE. Moving on to QURE here. This one is up 87%, 14 million shares of volume. Let's make sure my share size is set. Today I'm actually going to start with just 1,000 shares, because enough of me going red. That's enough of that, right? So I'm going to start with really small size, and then be a little slower to size up. So QURE again up 87% at $14. So this will be our expensive stock here today. 1588 pre-market high. Low of the current pullback. 1302. 1302. So quite the range. Daily chart, it does seem like if we get going, there might be some room up to 17 and 18. This could be good for us. Can we see maybe $18 if this thing is really good? It definitely has potential. It's in this type of price range where we know we could see big moves. But it all comes down to us getting that uptrend, hopefully within the first 2 to 3 hours of the day. Because sometimes some of these stocks still go, but maybe till 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. when you think it's a slower kind of day. So QURE looks decent. The moment we got the uptrend, good upside potential, tight pullbacks, we can do pretty well. BNCI is the other stock. Right now, it's currently selling off a little bit. It's up 50%, 14 million shares of volume. Pre-market high up at 279. Low of the current pullback, 202. 200 EMA is out of the way, which is good. We did have a couple of days where it popped up recently, though. Let's see. November 7th, high point of 250. Looks like the pre-market high on that day might have been like 383. I have a trend line there. It's probably what it was. We also had October 15th, 11 million shares of volume, 519 high point on that day. And then October 9th, 689 high point. So this is definitely a stock that's made a lot of big moves. So let's see what we get here coming into the open. CMRX. Which one is it going to be? Again, I'm going to be super hands off here to start and just really small size. I refuse to go red. FBYD. 2K just to start a day. CPIX. CPIX. Let's make sure to pull up this QURE. MGX. So slow and steady for me here, slow and steady. So far, not really seeing much. VARA. TBM, some other stocks, not really seeing much on those either. QURE, perhaps it starts to come alive a little bit. Well, there's a big spread here. Definitely something to watch out for. Okay. QURE might be the stock here to start. Can we get back above 14? It's trying, it's trying. And there's 12 on the ask.
MSW.
I'm gonna cut it scratch. MSW. CMRX gave a red to green. MGX. MSW. Let me just take a quick look at MGX here. Yep, this could be good. Continuation, perhaps. See, a stock like this is all I'm tempted to use size on, right? I think it might be the move here to use some size. Well, what's the volume looking like? Broken over everything that, yeah, 466, a couple 100,000 shares. I'm not going to use any real size, but just a little bit of size. And then I'm going to prep a position in case I need big size.
SATL.
35.43. There's less than a minute for MGX. Ten seconds. 466.
JL. MGX.
Oh, nope. I'm gonna wait here. It's not as decisive as I would have expected. Trying a dip. Only a couple cents bounce there. 64. Alright, I'm sizing right back down. Yeah. See, that's kind of how I could get in trouble. So it's BNCI. I'm going to check out some of the other ones. Alright, switching over to BNCI. Just so much moving. 279, the pre-market high. Low of the last pullback, 34. Looks like it was a pretty good pullback. Bit of a rejection for the 5-day breakout there.
MSW.
Trying 36. Jesus, this thing is just selling off. Below VWAP. VWAP is 34. 27 for the lows there. Perhaps just backside. Looks like it's selling off hard. Well, I'm a little too late to this one. To the absolute depths. I am using more than 1,000 shares, which is maybe is not great.
SATL. FBYD. MGX.
What? Come on, man. Alright, these breakout trades are just in the slums. Break of 15, not quite. Bids are dropping out too. I got the worst fill going short right there, like just ridiculous. I'm just gonna cut this flat.
GELS.
15. It's like battling here. It's not the breakout we would have expected to see, but okay. Will we get halted up here? I wasn't patient enough. I already looked away to another stock, so
QUA.
it's a good move.
HWH.
EMRX is going a little or a lot. They're 70.
MGX.
I gotta check this resumption time.
GELS.
Oh, bro. $48, 2 minutes. Damn, that ad was
GELS.
pretty high then. Thought I got filled at like 58. So I must have gotten filled 65, which is like pretty crazy for that buy, which was a fast buy. 59 ad, 64 5 fill. Not ideal. The resumption is
QUIE.
oh crap, I'm missing a resumption. I missed it. I don't know if it was any good.
HWH.
Hmm. QURE might be having trouble. Five-minute candle is about to close. CMRX. I gotta stop selling some of my position early. Like the move up is a little slower, so it's like I'll reduce the risk just a little bit. My back is killing me. Too young for this, man. Far too young for any sort of nonsense. CMRX. Watching and waiting. Can we rip through 70? We need to get over 75 and hold above 75 will be good.
GALS.
Okay. This candle has about 2 minutes and some change. Still having trouble. We're not seeing anything decisive, at least not as yet. I hate these trades like this. Ah, can we hold up and try again?
GALS.
Push through. It's not pushing through. Oh, I keep getting these terrible fills buying so low, man. My gosh. It's like the moment I'm getting in, stock just teleports up a couple cents. Oh, all the way to 99. Oh my gosh. Oh, probably should have held. There's a lot of buying, but there's a lot of selling as well. Okay. Can we go to the moon? Halt at 32. I'm gonna try again here. Halt is at 32. Alright. And I should have probably held it. Yep. Son of a gun. The halt is now at 42, I think. 42. I got more depth in my level 2, so sometimes the halt level I can't even see it. I don't think I'm going to change this. I'm just going to leave it like that. That way I can see more orders. Maybe not miss anything. Right now, still got... It just seems like it wants to come down, but fucking hell, of course that's what it does. Yep. Alright, okay, cool.
JUNS.
Oh, I probably should have held that to the low of the last candle, but the new 5-minute candle is red. Pullback seemed fair, but yeah, I think that would have been a more appropriate stop. Stopped out break even there. I probably could have held to the low of the last and give it a couple more cents room just in case it just takes off here.
GELS.
Do we need a new low? Is a fair question here. Gosh, bro, I get the worst fills every time. I'm gonna have to change my name at this point. Why are we stalling out so soon? I'm waiting. Oh, and I'm taking a loss. I was thinking 20 at least. Like, that we have new lows again. I'm gonna wait a sec. Are we just selling off? What's going on? Perhaps the 5-minute pullback. So it needs to hold up. Quite the dip, quite the dip. It's a good bounce. It's a good bounce indeed. Every time I say I'm going to give these stocks a sec, they give a big move. This could play out pretty good. The candle's about to close. I don't mind seeing a little bit more consolidation. But we need to rip over the level next time. Tesla new highs. Or close to it, I think. Quite the move. Nope. Oh, man, I hate that I have to buy that so high. We do have a few sellers. Okay. That's what we don't need. That type of drop like that. I think I got some slippage there. The candle is still alive, which is the good news. The question is, can we see a retest? K of the B. By the way, where's KB? KB, are you here? Are you here today? It's been a long time. I'd say we're still in good shape. The candle still has a minute and 30 plus seconds. So can we close around 310, 315, and then maybe try again into the new candle? Where are those bulls? Where are those bulls? Well, candle has less than a minute and we're looking pretty shaky now. Just looking like a reversal candle. We would like to close around 310, 315, but we would need a miracle at this point. So perhaps more pullback, maybe. The candle closed pretty weak, so how are we going to do here? Do we have the strength necessary? Okay, okay. It's trying a little something something so far. Hold up. Do we want new highs? There might be too much resistance at 20. It could still go over 20. We shouldn't even need to see 24. Come on. Don't you do it. Don't you dare. Good. Mm-hmm. You gotta start doing the rain dance here. Right now the meme coin song for Bitcoin with the Wall Street Bets meme guy, the animation. That's what's going through my head right now. Come on, can we break 320 and soar to new highs? As you guys can see, I've clearly... Okay, nope. It's just so close to happening, like. Still needs more. Doesn't have what it takes. So right now, 19 or so is our resistance. The last stock yesterday that we were watching sold off. I think it was DUO. Well, this one, curl up. I think I can do well if it does. Especially if I catch the move. If I catch the first breakout below this level. Can do well. Mm-mm. The new 5-minute candle. Here it is. Come on, KB. Prove to us that you are here and you have what it takes. It needs to be instant.
JUMS.
K of the B, talk to us.
JUMS.
Where are those bulls? Are the bulls still alive? Are they still buying? We should see a short squeeze actually if it goes. Well, there's a 08 again, not great. Again, it comes up to 19, can't do nothing. So, the low of the last is $3. Hopefully we can continue to at least make higher lows, which could still be a good sign for us as the wedge is getting tighter. So then in this area here, we can maybe explode. If the stock fails, the short sellers will have won the battle. Mm. Oh, that is BS, man. I don't understand why that happens. It should never happen. It should never happen. Bro, we have the short sellers on the run and the freaking thing then just sells off like that, man. I was a little frustrated though, because I didn't really get a chance to attack it with size. Ah, I sold early. I sold right under 25. Yeah, I sold in at 17 out of 25. I don't know why. I knew over 20. I knew over 20 was gonna basically be 25. I still sold at 25, second guessing that, oh, we might have more resistance at the actual high. What the heck am I thinking there? Clearly the resistance is at 19. What are the odds there's more resistance at 25? It's crawled back up. There was a hidden buyer at 3. It needs to get back over 19 if it's going to do anything here. I'm going to use smaller size this time. But, I would think short sellers are now starting to maybe consider covering over the highs, but then the stock still fails. Nothing here making sense anymore. Should I walk away now? Perhaps is the thing to do. It's like I wish these stocks like this would just get up there to like 350, then $4, and we can catch a couple trades with size. It will be looking pretty good. Yeah, it's a good day.
JUNS.
The stock is still not finished. It's still here. I have smaller size now. We'll see if it does maybe try again at some point.
JUNS.
You know, the thing here is that the short sellers gain confidence from this type of move. When we want them to continue to second guess at every turn, every trade, every entry. Now, none of them are going to cover till high of day again. And they're just going to keep adding in all these areas here. I'm going to do a rotation. BNZI, no good. CPIX, not much. CRDF, MGX, and AMS, no good, no good. PBM, no good. QURE, ugh. CMRX is finished. Short sellers have won the day. Short sellers have won the day. See, what I should have done was I should have tried to go short at 19 with like a 5-cent stop. I was thinking. But I was gonna go long, but I was waiting for like 2021 entry. But we'll take the victory, we'll take the green day and smile. Right now, the short sellers, let me show you guys how they're looking right now. Short sellers right now, they have cigar in hand, right? Cigar in hand, feet on desk. Well, this desk is too high to put my foot up here, but they have the feet on the desk crossed, and they're enjoying steak right now. Ribeye, T-bone, New York. Some of them maybe even Wagyu. And the bulls are getting slaughtered. Time to take our leave here, perhaps. Oh my gosh. Ay, ay, ay. They're eating oxtail, man. Oxtail stew. I heard some people even eat the tongue of the cow. Ah, man. I don't know about that, but what causes the false breakout? Is it like a big buyer? Or let's say somebody who's in big, maybe. Somebody who is scaling in, scaling in, scaling in. Maybe scaling in throughout the entire move. They're buying, 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 and then the moment the stock goes, maybe they say, hey, you know what? My average is so low. This thing gave some resistance here. I'm just gonna just dump all my shares. Maybe that's what it is. And then you see this type of big volume here too. Somebody just said, you know what? I'm just gonna market out of this thing, man. But maybe if they choose to scale out in increments over time, it's just absorbed into all the buying, and then the stock still goes up to like 350, and then $4 maybe into a halt up. This is actually where I could lose the most money, because a lot of times, and I already in fact I bought 9,000 shares at 33. This is how much I could have lost, right? Let's say the stock decided to drop in that moment. Well, I'd have been in at high of day 30. I probably got a higher fill to than 33. Let's say I got filled 36, and then I've been stopping out down at 3. For a 3K loss, instantly. Red day recap. So because the way how I see it is that short sellers should be covering. We just got over resistance. We're holding over resistance. And some people might say, well, Relentless, the candle didn't close green or something like that. But again, for this type of hyper scalping, it only really needs to hold for like a few seconds, which for us is like an eternity, right? We got above 19, then we had 25, then we had 30 for a little bit. All I'm seeing there is, hey, we're holding 19 and 25. So I'm gonna buy massive size, because again, the theory is short sellers should be covering. People are gonna be bullish over the new high, new scalpers coming in. People who might be in low might still be holding at least 50% or more of their position longer into new highs. The halt levels is at 75, and then stock drops. So just a good reminder that even the best setups can fail. And for different strategies, someone else might be thinking this setup wasn't so good, but for any strategy, any style of trade, even the best setups can fail. So keep in mind. And if I did take the 3K loss, it would have been fine. Just keep in mind that trading is risky, and that you can take a punch to the mouth even when you're not expecting it. So when it does happen, never be surprised, but do what's right and cut the trade. Stop out for the loss. Do not average down. You know, just be disciplined and just know that the days are gonna come where stocks like this, they do end up going, and you do position yourself and you do end up doing well. And what maybe would have been or could have been a 3K loss on a hotter day where the stock goes up to 5 and then 6 becomes a 20-30K day, and the 3K loss means nothing, right? So it's all about thinking in the long run and not getting tunnel vision on just today or one loss. If I'd gotten caught in there and I went back to flat or red, it means nothing, because it's the aggregate and the collection of hundreds of days of being disciplined is what matters. Not today, not yesterday. Like even this gain today, I mean, we were disciplined, and it added to our total of like hundreds of days of trading. But is today gonna change my life because I'm green 3K? You know, it's like no. Am I grateful? Yes. But is it gonna change my life like I won 300 million? No. So you still have to keep in mind at all times that grand, that macro point of view, so that you don't get yourself in trouble for just the moment or for just one day. Yeah, JTAI, I see it. The volume is light though. Only 100K on the current candle on the 1 minute. Bit of a continuation from after hours. I can watch the level 2. This is the type of stock I'd start with just 500 shares. It's definitely gaining volume. It has a big range. The spreads are kind of wide as well. 605 up to 26 and 30. Hopefully it gets halted up here. 71. Come on, get locked in. Maybe this can become something here for us. False halt. Still trying. It has massive range. The halt level is now 86. And I'm missing trades. I missed the dip. God, come on. How ridiculous is that? Oh, and that was a great dip. Look at that. Something came up on my PC just now. I had to do so. $25.85. Nice. Lovely for JTAI. Lovely. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. I gotta get my chair. 11. Oh my gosh. All right, you know what? Let's just take a quick loss. There's a new 5-minute candle in red, so there's that.
GXAI. JUNS. JUNS.
Big Steve, do you have your mic?
Yeah,
How are you doing, man?
not good. Flat day. It's really quite embarrassing how I fumbled CMRX, and I think the day is over at this point. There's nothing I can do.
How do you feel about sitting around and waiting till 4 p.m.?
Not for me. I can't do it. I think I'll go mad, and then I'll start making I'll probably start taking bad trades. I just can't do it. I've tried it. I've tried pushing a couple hours past 11, but I can't. Like after it's like 1 o'clock, I really just can't sit here.
Yeah, yesterday I tried going till 4. I was able to do it, but quite the exhausting day. Going, making back money, then losing it back, and just going rage. Yeah, Big Steve, you gotta come on the channel more, man.
Yeah, I can do.
Perhaps time to maybe shut it down. I can jump into Gen 1 and hang out a little bit. Yeah, let's jump into Gen 1 and hang out for a bit, and then we'll shut it down. I'll hook up my headset so I can not have the echo on YouTube. Already plugged in. How do you join Gen 1? Well, I'll show you in a sec. Big Steve, jump in Gen 1.
into Gen 1. I don't know if you want to do that.
What's that?
You can click and drag the people in MMU scanner into Gen 1.
Yeah, I think some of them might be watching Marcelo.
GXAI.
I gotta fix my settings here. 1 sec. Alright, looks like I'm good to go. Shout it out and then maybe we'll see what's moving.
JUNS.
Someone on YouTube was asking how to join. I'm just gonna check your, I can check your status. But if you're already in the chat room, you can come on to the trading floor here. I'll show you. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're already in the chat, you'll see all these different options. But if you scroll down, you're going to see the Gen 1 chat right here. Literally just click on it, and then you can unmute your mic anytime you want to jump into conversation or ask questions. Enzo, what's up, man? How you doing?
RT, excellent, man. Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
Quick question for you. What size did you take on that CMRX breakout at around? Well, that big breakout we had earlier.
The false breakout.
No, the one at 956, 57. How many trades did you take and what size? Because I noticed I looked up at the YouTube stream and I was like, wow, this dude is up almost 3K.
Yeah,
That was impressive.
Yeah, I was using 3,500 base and 9,000 max.
SERV. Nice.
You got guys like Save using probably 9,000 base and 25,000 max. You still have to level up. The stock is back up at 310. Is it worth watching? Perhaps. I still want to see it over 319 though.
Hey, what's up, guys? I want to gossip with you guys really quickly. I don't know if you've been following the little saga of the United Healthcare CEO getting gunned down last week, right?
Yeah, I think they found a guy, right?
Well, yeah, so check this out. So the price of the stock goes up $30 the day he was announced murdered. The price of the stock goes $30 down when they find the killer. A little bit of an inside job, don't you guys think? Crazy, right?
It's hard to say, man, but it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure he acted alone. I guess we're gonna find out. By the way, the kid comes supposedly, if this is the true guy, comes from a very wealthy family. I think relatives are heavily involved in the Republican Party in Maryland. There's some ties to Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, you just gotta love this thing.
Yeah, that's pretty wild news, man.
It's hard to say, man. I can't trust what the news puts out.
No, but this is like on, well, you're right, but this is on X, right? Like unfiltered, raw as it comes, and like not, I don't think, I can't really recall when was the last time I read any news or watched any news from CNN or Fox News, but like this is what's coming out, right? Like it's up to everybody to kind of connect the dots. I'm sure nothing's gonna happen, and Nancy's not gonna go to prison, but it's kind of wild that if he ends up being the one, golly. But the price action says it all to me, right? Like, why would it go up when he dies? Why would it go down when he doesn't?
What's the ticker?
What's that?
What's the ticker?
UNH, United Healthcare. Yep. I have it on that side chart here, just kind of watching. I'm trying to connect the dots. It's just super low volume, wide spreads, mega cap kind of thing. But check it out. Keep an eye out.
You gotta be a brave soul to be gunning down somebody, or very stupid and ignorant.
Did you see the video of it though?
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those guys that he makes it look sloppy in that like the gun jumps and then he has to kind of like unjam it. Meanwhile, the guy is already being shot, so he's not gonna go anywhere, and then ends up taking like three shots to the head. So I think whoever did it knows exactly what they're doing. And when they arrested this guy yesterday, they said he made his gun. He built it. I don't know, man. And he at a McDonald's in somewhere in Pennsylvania, like in the middle of nowhere kind of thing, like an hour. What is it?
JUNS.
An hour west of Pittsburgh. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see how it unfolds, but keeping the weapon and stuff like that might not be the smartest thing, but we'll see.
Yeah, Abdul, he used a suppressor, which they found, and then that homemade gun. Yep.
Yeah, 3D printed is what I heard.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was a 3D printed gun.
How does one get their hands on a 3D printer? How does that work?
I use it for work. I mean, like you can. It depends what your budget is, right? Like the price is wide, but you can get a homemade 3D printer that prints in a material called cast for like $1,000 or $2,000. But then you can go as high as mill and print on different types of polymers that are a little more like, if you want something that feels more like skin, then you gotta get one of those more expensive printers. But you can buy anything you want now.
That's insane, man. CMRX is back at 305. Perhaps something to watch until 12 p.m. because if it gets back over 319, maybe there's something there.
Artie, can I pick your brain on that?
Yeah, sure.
So CMRX, I'm a little green. I was very red on it pre-market. But part of the reason I couldn't really size up on this thing because of the float. The float is massive. So my question to you is why? Why did you, like, knowing some of the, and I know you no longer check news and you've said that, and you no longer check the float as much, but it's 80 million float, no news. Why? Why did you decide to size up the way you did it? And I guess the answer could be as simple as, well, price action, right? But
No, it's a good
tell me.
question. By the way, we're getting the static sound from your scanner, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut it off. Today's been silly.
Yeah, it's a good question. But you have to keep in mind when there's a high float, a lot of the times it might mean that the stock is actually more liquid, right? And if the volume is high enough to where we can still see an exponential move, then it's somewhat better than a low float. If the stock is moving similar to a low float, but the float is high, then it'll automatically mean that the stock is more liquid. So we can then take more size and get less slippage. So it's performing maybe as like a sub 5 million sheer float with 80 million. Price action is similar in terms of movements. And then because of that excessive amount of shares being exchanged, we're able to get in and out with more size. So probably like a 25K position probably could have went through here with like minimal slippage, you know? Now, if you're trading and you're accurate on the setups, you're in a good rhythm, a good flow with the stock,
GXAI.
and it's moving linear, you're seeing the opportunities, it's doing what you think it should do in a predictable manner, then, you know, utilizing share size is definitely going to help you out more. So 3,500 base size and then 9,000 max size, but I'd only use the 9,000 shares in areas where I have like high conviction that the breakout is coming, but also being prepared to take a loss if I get caught in like a flush for false breakdown or just slippage in terms of just, you know, volatility. Trying to sell quick but still getting caught in the move down.
And that is fair. I mean, I think ultimately price action dictates, but I think what I'm extracting from this, and it's helpful, is that kind of like avoid the size in the conviction areas because chances are it's gonna perhaps fail. So kind of like get in the middle of it with some size and then just watch the tape, right?
Yeah, some people will use size on every trade, which, you know, if it's working, it's working, but I like to use a more moderate size in areas where it's a little bit more tricky and I want to be a little bit more nimble to be in and out quickly. But then when I really feel like the breakout is coming, that intuition, right? That conviction is high. Hey, I think right in this moment here, this area where the stock is based off of how fast the tape is moving, how quick the volume is coming in, I think we have a legit chance to break out. Or hey, we've broken above the resistance and this thing more than likely should continue. And I'm using massive size in that area to try and make the most out of the move. But the risk is still on the other side of the trade.
Thanks, boss. Helpful. By the way,
For
this
GXAI,
yeah, Halted. I was gonna say that the same thing. Answer.
Big Steve, how many shares are you using GXAI?
I'm pretty much flat on the day, so I guess 500 to start, but if I can connect, then I'll probably go up to 1K, 2K. We'll see how it goes.
All right, same for me as well.
Right.
I don't know if I want to trust it, so I'm going to use small size as well, and then maybe size up some more if it goes well. Looks like Ricky's about to jump in a meeting. Yeah, let me pull it up on screen. I have it up on top of my main screen. I sometimes forget about the YouTube screen here. 57 and 10 seconds. Cactus Rob, aka Mr. 1K a day. I don't know how he gets it done, but he gets it done almost every day. We got less than a minute. CMRX is at 310.
Can you share your screen, LT?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see if we get a clean hold trade. Pull back, dip, rip a buck. Let's call it a day.
It ain't showing for some reason. I don't know. Oh, there it is.
GXAI.
Oh, that's so bad. I want to see it over 6 and holding above 6. Not good. I'm going to leave this alone. We got 605, but then 580. Sidelines for me. The halt up is at 47, 647. 529 to halt down. Can we reclaim over 70, 80 here? It's like it's fighting, but we don't have that upside range after the resumption. Yesterday's high was around 550s or 560. So if we can hold up, you know, it might stand a chance to retest over 6. These are big levels here. And if it breaks below 50, can we, like, you know, reclaim quickly? It's under stress, I would say here. What's it going to be? If we keep holding up. I'm going to take a small position. Tight stop. If it fails here, I'm not at risk because of my size is small. But if it goes, at least I have a starter to do something. above 50. So it's still alive. I can buy back here, but I'll wait. It's still alive. The selling at 50 doesn't seem too high, but you know, it's like we're still not pulling away. Like, can we see 75 again here? So there's a bit of a drop. Maybe a bigger seller came in there just now. Like, how's the red on the tape in this area? There's 45. We're seeing more red now. 47. It might, yeah, it might sell off. Just a lot of selling coming in now. And CMRX is also back down. Rejecting, you see how, and CMRX interesting because it rejected the same resistance that it had earlier, 319. But if it went, I probably would have missed it because, you know, opportunity was going to cost. Those trades like that are, you know, in terms of like going short, not bad opportunities. Shorted the resistance and then, you know, on the way down, you have all that beautiful potential and stop can be tight over that level of 19. So, you know, 25 stop. No more than like a 30 stop, 10 cents of risk. Or what we know is common is these stocks going back down to
G and Q.
the low of day by 4 p.m. Anybody made anything there on GXAI? So am I Big Steve, Enzo, all the guys here? Am I talking to myself here? I guess.
Yeah, sorry. No, I didn't make anything. I actually ended up losing something like 10, 12 cents. I don't even know. I just kind of fumbled it, honestly. I should just insta bought the dip on the resumption, but I waited and the second candle was like not nearly as good, and this wasn't it.
Looks like the dip there ended up being good. But yeah, looks like everyone is kind of having trouble with it, so might be an early day. Yeah, the break of 6 could have been interesting, man, but and I got filled at 08, 608, 1200 shares, trying to buy 03. Bit of a spread. Well, I gotta go see my CPA for 1 p.m. today, so I probably might hang around for another couple minutes and then maybe eat an early lunch, then get that out of the way and come back and see what's going on for Power Hour. Taxes, man. Taxes. Everyone's tax situation is unique, but once you start making fair gains, you know, Uncle Sam will have to have his share. So I'm gonna head over to the tax guy and pay my dues here for the end of the year. IRS. Yeah, we all gotta pay taxes, right? We all have to pay some tax. To get on the level like these big corporations, maybe the goal here in the future. CRDF was mentioned. CRDF. Let's see, is there anything moving? If you're making below like 20K a year as a trader, they're not even gonna care. I think the number is like 10,000 though. Like usually over 10,000 you can pay something, but you're making, you know, such a small amount that like they'd waste more money trying to come and audit you and go after you than to just not even bother. But then once you start to make decent money,
GNQ.
you gotta get everything in order. Oh yeah, someone said they had trouble with Momo Pro. And guys, Momo Pro is just a few settings. Once you open up the interface, this is what it looks like. You have just a couple of and maybe I can come to the main screen and do this. Let's go full screen. Yeah, you have the interface up top right here. You can select what you want to see and what you don't want to see, right, in terms of the different tabs. But the stream is essentially the high-low ticker, right, and high-day scan, whilst the discovery section is the gap scanner. This is where I get all my watch list stocks from every day. In terms of what you're filtering for, you can use these filters here. I can screenshot this and post it in the chat as well. You guys can pause the video if you need to. But for the gap scan, gap scan / discovery. Those are the settings, and then you want to make sure you filter for last percentage, which will give you the percentage in descending order, highest percentage to lowest percentage. And then boom, that's your gap scan. You can also go to settings and make sure that every single sector, let's see, discovery, is it here or is this just for the stream? This might, what I'm thinking of might just be for the stream. Okay, yeah, what I'm thinking of might just be for the stream, but anyhow, you guys can also screenshot this to have like the exact same tabs that I have up. If not, you can have more tabs. So I just want to see, for example, the symbol, the relative volume, right, UV here, float, volume itself. Some people do like the trend lines. You can look at that too, right? The spark line in terms of just the like, I think it's like the last 5 minutes of what the chart looked like, or the first 5 minutes of the move, something like that. But yeah, and then the stream, GXAI, by the way, is climbing up a little bit. The stream is where I think Momo Pro can do better. I already spoke to the guy, but I mean, I don't know if we'll get this update. What I want is a percentage gain filter to be added to the stream. So let's say I don't want to see anything that's up less than 40%. Because sometimes we're trading stocks that are already pretty liquid, and we don't need stocks that are now coming up and now gaining. It depends, but that's why we have options, right? You can and that's why there's multiple streams. You can have a stream where the percentage gain filter is set a little higher. That way, on that particular stream, you're seeing stocks that are up 50%, or let's say 30% or more. And then maybe you have the other one a little lower at like 5%. That way you can still see stocks that are like now starting out. But make sure every sector is selected here in terms of category, energy, healthcare, therapeutics, so forth and so forth. I mean, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, there's also like conditional alerts that you can set if you go into settings. I don't mess around with them as much. Like I have price alerts here for Tesla. So every time and it does it via percentage. So every time Tesla goes up or down a certain percentage, I can see. Other than that, make sure that halt alerts are enabled. That way, when a stock is halted, it calls it out for you. And then you can also choose, let's see, in terms of voice settings for halts. Let's see, hold up. Add voice. Oh yeah, okay. It's in the setting. It's in the middle rather. The different names or the different voice. Let's say there's like Emma, Brian. I don't know. I've always liked like a female's voice. I don't know. I just prefer that.
NTGR, ACEL, TGNA, MCS, OUT, DOLE, WTTR.
Stop. This thing is making a new high. GXAI, quite direct to green. The halt is at 29. See that voice right there? I wouldn't want to hear that voice. I need like a softer voice. GXAI. Quite the red to green here. We haven't really had a pullback. It's rare to see this type of recovery, but I mean, it's pretty good. It's 52 for the halt, up 52. There's 49. And it seems like there's a few hidden sellers. Halt is now 63. If we get something dramatic for a pullback, I can look at it, but it just looks extended here to me. We've had a few baby pullbacks along the way, but
Hello?
yeah, hey, what's up?
Hey, RT, quick question. Check out CMRX 5-minute chart, ABCD, kind of like cap on handle, ABCD type of thing. At highs, tons of wicks. Well, never mind. It just got blasted down. But I was gonna tell you, And how much weight would you give to that pattern? No, never mind. This is getting killed. Disregard.
I'll check it out. GXAI is still going. GXAI. Honestly, anything over 320 I like on this stock. And it's trading in a range. Some people might be buying the low of the range, which seems to be about 90s. Anywhere from 3 to 390, and the highs at 20. And that's what I did trade this range earlier, so it's not a bad thing to watch. But at this point I'd more so rather to break above the resistance and then watch the move higher. GXAI I'm not in because, or let's say I'm not really trading it because I think it's super extended. It's hard for me to trust this type of pullback where we can so easily just drop down. But it's why if you're watching it early and you're in a good rhythm and you have a good cushion, you have a good feel for it, sometimes it's easier to buy these tighter pullbacks. And I'm saying tight, relative to this move up. We had this big move, and then here's a small pullback, right? I probably would have expected like sub 6, and then maybe a bounce. And it's coming down some more here. So a stock like this, I could get involved, but like I need an entry. Maybe a halt if it's like all the way up here. If not, a proper pullback could work. But if it just starts to go supernova parabolic, I probably size down and just start jumping in. And then if I can connect, I just start sizing up from there. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any more questions on the YouTube live stream in the chat room. I'm gonna head out in like 5 minutes. United Health, let's see. There's a new high, GXAI. I mean, it has a massive range, it's doing well. I probably should be watching at it more closely. 611 to 670 is pretty good. 85. Wow. It's halting up. 705.
Up. 705.
IT.
I'm getting an echo. I'm trying to re-average here if I can get a lower entry. I do want to be careful of this turning into a topping wick, but we'll see if I can get a quick fill. If it breaks down here, quick reclaim could be good. Oh, it's gonna go. See, I'm filled on the higher side of the spread there, which is why I'm not holding that trade, but maybe should have given it more time despite the higher entry.
Ati, I have a question whenever you have a chance.
Yeah, what's up?
So, we held 515. We double bottom on the 1 minute, and it seems like you saw the move, but you didn't take it. What was the thought process there?
But I wasn't really watching at it down there, but looking back at the chart, the pullback was so massive that part of me was thinking maybe it was the backside, but the stock still ended up holding up. But it's a good read right there. If you did notice the double bottom being in
Okay.
early with a tight stop against that level, or maybe a little below, could have been a good trade idea for a red to green, especially since the sell off was quite a bit much.
Okay, got you. Because my average was 526.
Yeah, nice. It might be breaking down here. Yeah, it looks like Meg had a similar entry, perhaps, maybe similar thought process. You're not stopping me out again. Come on, let's see 95. And then break of 7. Hmm. Let me see break of. I'm gonna use some size here if this thing starts to move. There's break of 7. Oh, oh, not good, not good. Higher fill. It might take off. Yeah. I'm gonna try again. Can we moon? Phil, please, come on. This can ruin my day here. Okay, that's dangerous. You gotta be careful of floating orders up here. Yeah, you know what I was supposed to do? I was supposed to take big size at like 75. That's what I needed to do there. Just hold. I only took a really small position, which probably wasn't the smartest thing. The moment it gets back above 75, which was our support, it's like it regained its, you know, its drive. Fumbled that. Can I get 710? Close enough. And I maybe should up my base size a little bit. If it goes, yeah, it might be failing here. It's pulling back too much. It's giving back the entire move to 750. Really, like sub 7 is good enough. It's like the pullback is too big. And maybe it sells off here. I'm gonna watch for the flush. Tragic. I should have known to not take that last trade I just took.
Yeah, yeah, because the daily chart literally there is a resistance on that level.
The candle has a minute left. If it closes at like 710, could be great, but I mean, what are the odds? $30 seconds. $10 seconds. 5, 4, 3. There's a new candle. And we're closing with a topping wick representing selling pressure. That's probably Titanic's backside. Could still retest the highs, but I think it's more unlikely that happens. According to the 5-minute candle, 5-minute chart. So if it flushes out hard here, I'm gonna look for a dip. Like, can we teleport down? Come on down. The price is right.
Hold down at 635 though.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. I
Could
don't
get
know.
pinned.
Yeah, I thought that was 535 for some reason. Yeah, good call. Good call out. I don't know why I thought that was 535. Wow. Would have gotten smoked. Well, I think that's the day. At least I didn't end red on it because I was red a little bit there. It's a decent day. We'll head out taking the gains. Stay safe, stay green. For those of you on YouTube, hit the thumbs up on the way out. Check out the links down below.
Nice. Thanks, RT.